team. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in right at 500, looking to get that win to bump them back above 500.
This game means a lot to them because of what you just talked about. When you can bump yourself over 500, it's a lot of optimism in your building as you move forward in the season.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, fellas. Ready, ready. Go 58's the mic. Watch the slant. Slam, slam, slam. Go.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Becker. He's airing it out for Williams. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Becker. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I got him.
This is Howard on 2nd down.
Let's go.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 41. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's complete to Williams.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice,
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Porter. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Operating from the gun, Porter. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. On second down, it's Howard, and he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, they run with Howard. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on second down, Becker. That's caught by Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. That's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Off the play fake. Porter. He's going to rifle one deep left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Throwing on first down. Porter, complete to Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Steeler first down.
Get ready. Get ready.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Becker, and an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. 2nd and 3. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Becker. It's Williams on the catch. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Let's go. Let's go.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Go now. 8, read.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Becker. He'll run it. And it's a fumble. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Becker. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Seibert able to knock this one through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. On 1st down, Becker. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back to throw. Becker. Complete. It's Henry. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get... And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he's going to take this all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, Porter. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the gun on 3rd down. Porter throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now Howard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Come on, fellas.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Becker, he's got it to Williams. And now off to the races down the right side. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running with Howard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama. On 2nd down now, it's Howard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
58, come on.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Becker. And this is going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Back to throw. Porter, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They're going to try and throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown.
Good stuff. Keep doing that.
So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This one fielded at the 5.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Throwing on 1st down. Porter. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here. In this 3rd quarter. Operating from the gun. Porter. He'll find Metcalf. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at his 4. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession. And to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Throwing to start the drive. Becker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. On first down, Becker. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Becker gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Becker. And Allen's got it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 4th down, Becker. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And no, it's incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing to start the drive. Becker. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep. 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Becker to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
This is caught inside the 15. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Porter dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Carter. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So the Chargers now down on the scoreboard. A little over a minute to go. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Throwing to start the drive. Becker, open man is Bourne. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Finding Bourne here over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Becker, he's going to let it fly. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. On 4th down, it's Howard. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Mike, check 33.
2nd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one, were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that,